Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, the 28th of February, 2015. I'm Anna Kooiman, and new reports this morning. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into Fox and Friends on this Saturday morning.
It's the last day of February. You made it. You didn't think the month would end, but here it is.
Well, see, Tucker believes today's the last day of winter.
We're not buying it.
Meteorological winter. We're going to have Rick Reichmuth on later in the show, of course, throughout the 4 hours to explain that winter is over today.
But the solstice goes until like the 21st or 22nd of March, so we still got the groundhog is probably right.
The debate rages.
Yes. We'll check in with Rick Reichmuth.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Right now, we do need to get to these headlines. The community of Somali refugees in Minnesota has been a regular target for radicalizing by the terrorist group Al-Shabaab. So how real is this threat? Our next guest has had an inside look. Joining us now, former special...
Thank you so much for having me.
So what brought you into these communities and what have you seen?
Well, I was doing some speaking engagements.
The fruitful United States of America, what on earth would make them want to be radicalized and turn on us and cause as much carnage as possible?
Well, look at
Why is our political asylum program, why is it so broken, do you believe?
Well, it's broken because we're not putting interior enforcement unwittingly conspired to enable the terrorists not only to enter our country, but to embed themselves. We have
specifically the recruiting hotbed there in Minnesota. What are some of the things that you've seen with your own eyes?
Well, again, it's a closed community. You have people that put themselves above the kids. They save their own children first. Americans are
within our borders and protect ourselves abroad. Michael Cutler, thank you so much for your time.
The
hour. He was 1 minute late to 35 minutes after the hour, and on to some other stories making headlines.
That was shocking.
Could have been
see so more of these videos now.
Made my palms sweat watching
dash cam videos, as we see down there in Kentucky and all over the place. All right, Rick Reichmuth is standing by for a look at the forecast today.
Beefing up its coffee by adding in protein. You heard it right. Well, this spring, the coffee giant is actually been living by this for a long time for yourself and for your husband, who's a hockey player, feeding him protein instead of carbohydrates.
Oh, and I had the wrath of all.
Is hungry later, but also the amino acids help to rebuild your muscles.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that's what I didn't understand.
That having some carbohydrates, of course, is not bad, but the way that you used to do it in the 80s and the 90s was
the wrong carbohydrates, right? Confused somewhere along the line, and then all these athletes gives you this false sense of energy.
Some people say then you smell funny when you're going through ketosis, though.
You know what? Ketosis has a really
$1 million, even off the runway years after. You have a new book coming out this spring. It's called A Healthy You.
The book is, I picked all the amazing things that have worked for me for the last...
So much.
Thank you, Anna.
And do you have a question for Carol? Head to Facebook.com/Fox. Happy today. 20 minutes before the top of the hour, and coming up, a father whose son was murdered by an illegal immigrant let go by ICE makes an emotional plea.
That's the whole point of it.
Why are teachers such bad writers? I never understand that. Like, you're a school.
Making headlines now to this Fox News alert on your Saturday.
Theologians should use that as proof of the existence of God.
That's true. Oh, I love it. Rick Reichmuth standing.
At just 2 years old, he brought down the House with his version of the national anthem. Watch this.
With Neil Cavuto for a look at what's coming up on the Cost of Freedom business block. Hey, Neil.